And we are back with ozipone finishing off Turtle Rock and getting Ether. Yay! Ether! Off to Pen Turtle Rock.
Oh my goodness! Ether on Trinex. Are you kidding me? So that's a game changer.
Well, that pretty much means ozipone will have to head to the waterfall soon for this hookshot. He will have to find the flippers and the bow, which we all know, but Furaime will have to get into Pen and Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and clear it out. And of course, the ice rod is on Laser Bridge, so it's not going to, like, you know, point him to Turtle Rock in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Well, it might point him towards that by having everything else to nothing.
There is that. So I want to welcome everybody else coming over from Speed Gaming 5. Got a minor mishap with the commentary stream, but hopefully we're back underway and everybody can hear what's going on here today. All right.
So, for all that didn't instantly join us here, we found the Ether medallion on Trinex, with the laser bridge having the ice rod.
Turtle Rock, but unfortunately that is what we're going to have to do today.
Ozipone now, of course, clear out Maya, because that's the thing that just opened up for him. He will get 2 items, but those 2 items will not be his goal mode.
Yeah, very true. The what he's got to find, they're both right next to each other, really. The flippers and the hook shot are both up near Zora. Well, one of them's on Catfish, and the other one's in the Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, you just need to ignore the difference in worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
Ozipone not being in go mode, of course, finding the
Oh, he's also
gear.
got to get the King's Tomb for the bow.
Yeah.
But once he gets the Titan's Mitts, that might kind of point him in that direction.
Unfortunately, Titan's Mitts in this mode point pretty much strongly towards Ice Palace, especially if you have Fire Rod.
Ooh. Now, Ice Palace is still in logic without the Titan's Mitts in this, right? You can do the mirror wrap?
No. Mirror wraps are not in logic.
Oh, okay.
We've recently found a setup that allows to get it to Ice Palace without Mitts by just using some mirror stuff, but that's as well not included in the logic, but I don't think we will do at all in the near future.
So the Titan's Mitts, at least for now, are still required for Ice Palace in the logic. Interesting. Now, speaking of Ice Palace, we know that Furaime needs to go get the Ether Medallion off of Trinex, but what do you think the chances are he goes into Ice Palace instead?
The chances are 4 items versus 5 items. 4 items you can get, and 5 items you might not all get. well, 6 hits, I guess. He got a Mimikate as well.
Yeah. So, Quake Medallion is required to enter the front entrance of Turtle Rock, but there are other entrances to Turtle Rock, and they are easily accessible in Overworld glitches.
Well, the entrance for the big chest and the laser eyes is really easy in all glitches. The entrance for the back part, which you with the laser bridge, but it's not hard to get to. You can get that one down in a few moments.
So the clip to the laser bridge, I'm not sure how it's done. I've seen like a mirror jump set up to do it, but I don't know any other way to do it.
But the main thing that was found early on was the mirror jump setup, but that's like a 2 frame perfect thing, exactly 20 frames after you started the jump, which no, please not.
I agree.
Instead, we got a mirror up for that.
Ah, there's a mirror.
Even recently, we found a way to get this one without a mirror up. It was actually completely unknown till yesterday's race between Crystals and Gem.
Whoa, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
And was that third one there?
I'm sorry, what?
The randomizer forgot to randomize the Smith.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, personally, I saw ozipone get the Tempered Sword in a completely different place, so,
Game broke, man. Game broke.
But no. It is possible for a sword to appear in a vanilla location, and of course the swords are progressive, so just like always. It's not completely messed up with these overworld glitches, just mostly. Yeah, getting into Turtle Rock in general in overworld glitches is pretty easy.
Furaime is going to bring the chest to that locksmith. That's an interesting thought. Furaime will have butter at the end of this because he will have to get into Turtle Rock.
It's very likely that Furaime might pick up the butter sword. Alright, so it does look like Furaime is now going to... Oh, what are we doing here?
We will head over to Stumpy, I would say. Just clip through that wall and jump over. So easy to do if you are quick. That's quicker than lifting the rock.
Oh, okay. I was like, that seems largely unnecessary.
Ozipone right now probably at his way towards Ganon's tower. Since he doesn't have the hookshot, he will have to do it with boost buffering, which is also completely illogic. But the hookshot, in my opinion, makes it the input harder, but once you got the input, it's free.
Alright, so ozipone will now be heading through our basically worthless Ganon's tower here. Wow, just so much so much available or not available based on those flippers. But then again, the Turtle Rock play is blocking Furaime, so this is really anybody's race.
I just thought about something. Ozipone, if he would choose to do the perfect rod, could be in go mode, be getting all 3 go mode items in less than a minute. He could go to with the mirror to King's Tomb, then go over to Catfish, and then mirror to the Waterfall Cave.
Yeah, the thing is, though, if you're gonna mirror at the Waterfall Cave, if you're gonna plan for that, you're gonna think that you have the flippers, but you won't until you get to Catfish. So it's gonna be a very shrewd play if he could pull that off.
Well, he just thinks, okay, King's Tomb Catfish is a good play. After spot. Oh, I've got the flippers now.
Yeah, that could very well happen, and I kind of like it. Right, so Ozipone is going to take care of some bomb jump situation here. He was going to do the bomb jump on the left, but now he's going to set up this one here on the right. I'm not convinced that's going to work, yeah.
I personally like the upwards one on this one, especially on this one more, because if you got the placement right of the bomb, it's free. For the left, for the one to the left, it's you need to have also reposition yourself to be lined up with the bomb.
Right. The position in that case is the same offset between you and the bomb that the hammer jump is. It's the one that pushes you directly left. So that's what you want to do there, and unfortunately, it was a little low there for Ozipone.
Yeah, I would probably guess it was just the block being in the way that he could not go further down, further up.
So big key is Swamp. Furaime gonna go ahead and head to the back.
You will probably re-enter because he's only missing one item, and that item can be anywhere outside of Maya. Sure, go back into it.
So with Ozipone, you can go up Gauntlet, you can go all the way to
the second
the Moldorm 2 chest, or the chest before Moldorm 2, without having to do sick hover tech.
Well, he can actually not do that. He needs
he needs a bow.
Bow.
I'm dumb.
He can only do the first room of the Gauntlet, and then decide, oh, I should mirror out.
Alright, so Furaime has the Swamp Palace Crystal. That's 6 crystals for Furaime. Now, unfortunately, he still does not have access to Misery Mire. So let's see where he goes next. Well, he's going back in to find that Ether Medallion.
Well, he probably will now decide to some of the planets. Maybe he decides to finish up Skullwoods. There was an item on the boss. Maybe he wants to do a space for 4 items, or Turtle Rock for 5 to 6 items with Mimic Cave, and the boss being maybe not acceptable for him.
Yeah, so potentially in this situation, most of the time I'd be thinking Turtle Rock, because one, Turtle Rock is pretty free to access. You can get some pretty solid movement up there and just get in. And there's more items. But he's in Swamp right now. And so Ice Palace is right next door. And so it might just be a proximity thing. You know what I mean?
Ice Palace right next door. Ice Palace? Why? Sure, it's long. It's a long dungeon, but it says a green pendant, it's 4 items, and Turtle Rock isn't too much faster. No, it's a nice play, but you still are taking some time for Turtle Rock.
So the bow was in the King's Tomb location. And the reason we're going through Ganon without all crystals is this is the Overworld Glitches tournament with mode where all the fun glitches you can do in the overworld are allowed and sometimes required. And so there's a way to clip into Ganon's Tower without all the crystals. So a lot of times you will want to go to Ganon's Tower as soon as you can and clear out all of those items. And Ganon's Tower is going to be required to be finished either way.
Yeah, we can finish out the entire Ganon's Tower if we got the items before finishing the 7 crystals, but we still need to do them before finishing off Ganon. Once upon taking the one-handed coffee break, he will still need to use one of the hands to hold down the A button.
That's what your elbow is for.
I just thought about putting a glass onto that A button.
Alright, I think Furaime is now doing the Pyramid Fairy setup.
And he will probably afterwards decide to escape and Uncle. I don't think he did it by now.
Yep. So fluting. So with the flute, the Pyramid Fairy setup is a little easier because you can actually see the silly portal.
Well, it's actually quite easy to do it anyway, as long as you are somewhat decent at setting up the portal at a good position.
And yes, Furaime will be heading to clear out Escape, which will be an unfortunate move on his part. Whereas Ozipone is clearing out Sahasrah's closet, which again, Furaime did first thing.
And he headed over here in the Dark World, so he will probably not think about going to King's Tomb right now. He probably more so thinks about Path of Darkness being shortly.
Turtle Rock is on either is on Trinex in Turtle Rock. So it's going to require basically a full clear. You could sequence your keys and big key in a certain way so that you wouldn't have to full clear it, but I think most of the chests are going to have to be open to get there.
Well, if your key layout is perfectly fine, you might be able to skip one chest by ignoring. Oh, I got all keys but one, so the last item on the level must be a key. But even that is rare.
Yeah, and the key layout in Turtle Rock can be significantly different in Overworld Glitches.
Yeah, there can be more keys in the back, in the middle part of Turtle Rock. There still only can be one key on the ladder bridge, because we have no logic way to get there without all the keys.
And then there's Entrance Shuffle, where that key logic just goes right out the window.
What is key logic in entrance anyway?
It's not a thing.
So at best we just play entrance key sanity just to be sure to not find any keys in there.
Seems good. Alright, Furaime is now heading back to the East Death Mountain.
Doing the right that he will be able to directly go into Turtle Rock here. Quite easy, doing the mirror up that you didn't need before.
He's doing a mirror wrap and landing in the Turtle Rock entrance. Laser bridge version.
Yeah.
Okay.
He directly has to bomb himself out, but that's fine. He will find the ice rod quite early for this time. They will need to find a key and the big key to finish off to Trinex. And Furaime has this ice rod and says, "Oh, luckily I went here from the back."
Ozipone using the potion glitch to clear out some more pod here. He's not going to be able to finish it without hitting up King's Tomb, unfortunately.
This right now is just really unfortunate for Ozipone. Just not being able to find that bow before Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace.
So I don't exactly remember where the big key was. I think it might have been next to the Tempered Sword. Or what will in this case be the Butter Sword for Furaime. Now the upside with this is that once you're finished clearing out all the chests, you just get to mirror back to Laser Bridge.
Well, Furaime might decide, I actually want the big chest before trying it. Which
yeah, if he wants
really
to check the big chest, then he'll have to do a different thing. But
I personally hope he just says, okay, I do try next, and if there's nothing, I can still do big chest by just going out the front door. And to quickly clarify, the reason he can't do the big chest without leaving the dungeon is that the big chest is behind a locked door from inside the dungeon.
yeah, I'm like, how do you bomb jump across a barrier? Yeah, Ether is on Trinex.
Meanwhile, Ozipone still has to go to King's Tomb, Catfish, and Waterfall. King's Tomb having the book, Catfish having the flippers, and Waterfall having the mids that are not really useful, and the hookshot.
There's our Butter Sword for Furaime. And we'll be getting that big key shortly.
Ozipone right now heading into the right direction, but sadly in the wrong road.
I guess he's gonna go turn in that mushroom that was found here in Turtle Rock. Or no, it was found in Pod.
Meanwhile, Furaime does the right thing for the succeed and goes on to be Trinex.
Alright, so Furaime, after finishing off Trinex, will be in actual go mode.
Come on, Ozipone, please directly go to decide to do King's Tomb and to Catfish, and then decide to do the rest. That's obvious.
Okay, so he's going to Ice Rod Cave, which means the fake flipper play may be on his mind.
That's definitely a good play to do after this, but it will only land him the hookshot and the mids. The mids might lead him to Ice Predators, which would be bad, really bad.
And there we go. Furaime at 121.15 picks up the Ether Medallion and enters go mode.
Even picking up that pendant. What? Did he? No, he didn't. He just saved and quit out.
Alright, let's go. We're entering Misery Mire. This will be the last thing Furaime has to clear before Ganon will be killed. There is no need to go up to Ganon's tower after the 7th crystal because we already cleared it.
What's the most important question? What's wrong? Nah, we just never could ourselves.
He's gonna bring it with him. Okay, ozipone now entering Waterfall Cave. Hookshot acquired. Titan's Mitts acquired.
Now the question, will he go to Ice Space next because it's just came into logic, or will he decide to do the right stuff first?
Yeah, for his own sake, he's gotta hope, or we've gotta hope that he doesn't go to Ice Palace for that.
He really wants the item from Zora. Get some red mail. I don't want to put that on.
Is that just for aesthetic purposes?
Do you want to take on some clothing that came out of fish mouths?
Okay, that's true. Oh, ozipone going to King's Tomb. This is the right play. We know it to be. Though he is going to have to go get those flippers over at Catfish, so we'll see if he heads there.
I hope he does. I don't think there's a clip from Palace of Darkness over to Catfish, but he might think, Catfish to Palace of Darkness would be a good play.
Oh, he's just going back to Pod the old-fashioned way. And Furaime now entering the Vitreous fight. Spent very little time exploring Misery Mire because the big key was real quick.
And the skill of the eye was quicker.
And that's going to be 7 crystals for Furaime. That activates Ganon, or gets rid of Ganon's invulnerability, which allows us to complete this game.
Yeah, time to butter a pig. Also, chat correctly pointing out, we are playing Overworld glitches, so if Furaime dies to Ganon, he will start back at Link's house. The fix that is in the main game that puts you back on the pyramid is not happening in here.
Yeah, unfortunately. The one time you would want that to happen. Like, I've been frustrated playing Randomizer so many times when I save and quit and I end up on the pyramid and I'm like, Aga, why? This time I want it to happen. It's like, no.
Yeah. I lately was able to just say, okay, I skip stuff like Catfish, and if it happens to me, I can just say, okay, I just wanted to draw it in Catfish, and it looks nice and smoothly.
Seems good. Alright, so ozipone going to go ahead and finish off Helmasaur while Furaime is in the Ganon fight. We are on to phase 2. This will be very, very quick. Buttersword, 6 hits per phase. Very quick.
And you don't want to get hit by these beds. They do hurt. 4 hearts. Just for 1 hit. Furaime is showing off that you can literally poke the pig. You just stand there waiting for the pig to spawn in his spot.
No torch glitch, but that's not a big deal for this. Gonna get 2 hits there, and this could be a double. And it is! That's gonna do it! Furaime is finishing this seed.
I don't think we have the SRTV room, so we'll just go with the time on screen. 1:27:24. So, with that win, Furaime will now play against Christoph's Own. Yes, this one Christoph's Own that you all know and love from the Spring Tournament. In the finals of this Overworld Digits tournament. And also will play against Gem in the bronze match of the Overworld Digits tournament next week.
Absolutely. It's going to be a pretty hype set of races. So if you enjoy a race or if you enjoy races where so much gets done out of order from what you're used to, this is certainly where you want to be. We got Furaime in chat with us. Congratulations. All right. So, any comments from you on that particular? See, no, Furaime's in chat. Like,
yeah, not with us this time, I know. So, I don't think Furaime usually comes into interview.
Like finding all medallions except the one you needed. There you go. Seems good.
Yeah, the one you need is always in the worst place, or it's very free and it's the entrance to a pendant dungeon.
Yeah. How do you like getting all those things for Ganon's Tower only to have it be basically straight up Garbo? Ozipone is making his way through Eastern Palace. Pretty quick fight here. This will be a quick Armos. He's still got to find those flippers, though. That's the real problem.
Yeah, at least he will have 6 pursuits, just like Furaime had 10 minutes ago. The problem is his last item is not in the same location as Furaime had one.
So Furaime says if you put that ice rod in Ice Palace, he'd still be playing this seed.
I think anyone would play the seed for one more hour or so.
Alright, so ozipone is going to go make use of the shovel that he found in Ganon's tower. Unfortunately, once again, not what we're looking for.
Skips the pickup. He knows he does not need any more medallions at this point.
Looks like he's doing the Ganon's tower clip once again.
And to quickly answer on something in chat, yes. I thought was required to see. Because going for one of our runners was on Trinix. Because nice.
Yep, the Ether Medallion was on Trinix himself, which was required to get into Misery Mire. And unfortunately, there's no way within the rules to get around that.
Well, even I think even in no logic you have problems to get in there. The big reason for no logic having problems to get into Maya without the Maya medallion is you can clip into it, but you don't. The game doesn't think you are in Maya at this point.
Right. So there are some. I think there are some like tricks somehow to make it think, to fool it into thinking you're in Mire. I think you can at least beat the boss somehow.
Yeah, beating the bosses of dungeons from other dungeons is, in many cases, not that hard. In some cases, you would have to get through by doing map wrap around the EG map, which despawns sprites, but in most cases, you're at least somewhat in a position where you can do stuff out of it.
Alright, so now flip the Swamp Palace situation for ozipone. He's got to finish Swamp. He needs the flippers to do so. They're on Catfish. Now, there is an Underworld glitches way to get into Swamp without the flippers, but I don't think you can do much.
Yeah, you can technically beat the entirety of Swamp Palace with Underworld glitches if they are allowed, but they are not. We are in Overworld glitches, and this game we are don't allow to break the game over half of it.
Yeah, so if you wanted to do it in the Overworld glitches fashion, you'd have to find some way to swim across that water without the flippers. And while I think it's possible to get into the water, I don't think it's possible to get out.
Well, it's actually one of the things in the glitch modes channel we are looking for constantly. But the problem is, even if you would go in there with an armed water walk and be able to jump in from a north ledge, it would not work. So we don't have anything that allows us to swim across that first part of the Swamp Palace.
A super jump that enters Swamp Palace without transitioning off the Death Mountain screen.
Yeah, the interesting thing is if you pull the lever on like that Swamp Palace, the state will not reset it up with the save quit. You would have to either reset the console or actually do a transition. You can do anything else and the lever will stay pulled.
Alright, so ozipone finishing off Aga 2. Unfortunately, it's still not Ganon time. Gotta get those flippers.
Yeah. 137. Killing R2 isn't a bad time in stand or open, but when Overworld glitches added, there are some stuff that you might have to do afterwards still.
Alright, so let's see where ozipone is going. There is a chance he's heading in the right direction. He could be going to the Turtle Rock Catfish clip.
Well, I would say the thing he's doing now is Hookshot Cave, which he didn't do by now, and afterwards going to the Turtle Rock descent to Catfish is a reasonable play.
Yeah, so you could do that after doing Hookshot Cave. That seems good.
No, Ozzy, you don't need to get the chest, you already got it. Oh, unfortunately taking a fall. Taking a fall and going out, so it's quite likely that he's now going to do the clip that I talked about like 5 seconds ago.
Well, that looks just as free as it looks.
Yeah, it's a setup that's a bit easier to understand, but if you are good at this setup, that works completely fine.
And ozipone gets the flippers.
He looks at that catfish and thinks to himself, wrong fish.
Well, I know that fluting doesn't count as a transition for the purpose of getting you the mushroom item.
Yeah, but for the most part, fluting does reset a lot of your overworld stuff. So if you would flute to a screen that has packs, the packs will be resetted and stuff.
Alright, so ozipone will finally be finishing off Swamp Palace. This will be a go mode swamp, so it'll be real fast.
Yeah, I personally looked once on a timer, and from entering Swamp Palace to killing Ganon, it was less than 5 minutes, so yeah. I expect ozipone to be able to do this quickly.
Now, the one unfortunate side effect of this is ozipone will not be picking up that butter sword, so there will be a slightly less simple Ganon fight. It can be just as fast.
Yes. The only difference that the gold sword makes in the Ganon fight is literally making the 1-1 cycle free. With the temper thread, you can still get the run by doing some very precise, but very quick stuff, but it's doable. It's not easy, but doable.
I think I've gotten the setup like once. Yeah. But anyways,
I got the setup like 5,000 times, but never was able to execute on it.
Alright, so once again, ozipone heading through Swamp Palace. This will be very quick. We're already into the back basement. No reason to check anything else, as we will just be heading directly to Argus and then directly to Ganon.
The policy he's doing right now is probably chatting with Furaime in the runner's chat. It's completely reasonable to do that, so why not do it?
Yeah, seems good.
Also, we can see right now that he does crystal number 1 as the last one. Funny.
And we go to the Argus fight, which will be the very last fight beside Ganon. Doing those nice poke dashes there, sort of speed this up.
Yeah, ozipone was really good at setting up the poke dashes here. It's
unfortunately the RNG kind of got him.
Yeah, if you do want to try it, as you said, you go into the room. This is right for holding out. Do a hook dash while holding out the B button, and then rhythmically hitting the Y button to get the hook shot every time you kill the other buff. And it's much harder than it sounds.
I have a hard time hitting 3 buttons at the same time with the same hand.
Well, I personally use 2 buttons at the same move my hand for all 3 buttons if I want to go for any checks that requires hook dash while holding out the sword.
Does that include the Ganon's tower clip?
No, I just boosted that.
Oh, okay. Alright, ozipone heading to the Ganon fight. This will be in the book shortly. Quick double spin from ozipone, and he gets the setup.
And he is through the first phase. Really quick. Okay, it makes phase 2 like seriously easy.
It wasn't actually a 1-on-1 setup, but it was good enough.
Yeah. Even getting it 2 sick is quick. It's not as quick as 1-on-1, but the teleports in the first phase aren't that bad, usually.
Alright, so on to phase 4. Just a few silvers to the face and we'll be done here.
Also missing a nice setup that you can like to start this in a way that Gen will directly stand at a position where he can be triple hit easily.
And this should be the last hit. Well done.
Get it released into the chat for ozipone.
We'll say ozipone finishing with a time of 1 hour 47 minutes and 53 seconds. Still an excellent time for a seed like this, where the ether medallion was built to troll you, and so of course were the flippers and hookshot and all that over in the fake flipper locations.
Everything was not too nice in the seed. So ozipone, like we said earlier, will face our gem in the bronze match next week, so please look forward to it, and of course follow our runners. The booster did a great job.
Yep. I don't know if ozipone plans on joining us, but he's already in the text chat as well. He's been sort of coming in and out, talking about this match. So congratulations once again on finishing, and congratulations on making it this far. Good luck next week in the next round to you, and of course your opponent. I'm not going to be mean.
Well, wanna talk quickly about what's going on the other speed gaming channels right now?
We can do that. I'd have to look it up first.
Well, I have already scheduled up, so there's some Mega Man 2 randomizer on Speed Gaming 3, Mega Man X on Speed Gaming 1, and soon there should be the Electric Pass randomizer daily race open weekly starting on Speed Gaming 2.
Ah, yes, the weekly open mode race will be starting pretty soon. So, if you want to get in on that, that's happening pretty soon too. So, with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you all for watching, and sorry about the technical hiccups halfway through. I want to thank both ozipone and Furaime for putting on the show today. I want to thank Espion, 2 to the 16th, in chat there for handling the tracker. And of course, my co-commentator Michael K. Thank you very much for joining me.
No problem. It was a pleasure for me. Thank you, Bob. It was great to commentate with you.
All right. And with that, I'll just say that I've been Dr. Bobtastic.
I've been Michael K.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.